Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bishtam Sapurakam Guruganara Sisha Sabhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwagurun Cha Divyad Bhagavad Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelan Shitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Vandetam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Yasishwara Shidaram Vansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripasindu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're reading from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami with translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad. This is Madhya-lila chapter 9, Lord Chaitanya's travels to the holy places. And this is verse number 163. ¿Ah? No, es muy largo. No. Chaturmasya Purna Hoila Bhatta Agyaloya Dakina Chalila Prabhu Sri Ranga Gdikiya. When the period of Chaturmasya was completed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took permission to leave from Venkatabhata, and after leaving Sri Ranga, he proceeded further towards southern India. Sangete Chalila Bhatan Jai Babane Tare Vidaya Dila Prabhu Aneka Jatane. Venkatabhata did not want to return home, but also wanted to go with the Lord. It was with great endeavor that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade him farewell. Prabhora Biyoge Bhatta Hoila Achaitan Ranga Lila Kori Sachiranandan. When he did so, Venkatabhata fell down unconscious. Such are the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi, at Sri Rangachetra. Rishabha Parvati Chali Aila Gorahari Narayana Dekila Taha Nati Stuti Kori. Rishabha Parvati Chali Aila Gorahari Narayana Dekila Taha Nati Stuti Kori. When the Lord arrived at Rishabh Hill, he saw the temple of Lord Narayan and offered obeisances and various prayers. Rishabh Hill, Anagata Malai Parbat, is situated 12 miles north of Madurai, in the district of Madurai in southern Tamil Nadu. It is one of the mountains known as the Kutakachalas. Nearby Rishabh Hill is the forest where Lord Rishabdev burned himself to ashes. Paramananda Puri Tahan Rahe Chaturmas Shuni Mahaprabhu Gela Puri Gosaira Bash. Paramananda Puri, who had stayed at Rishabh Hill during the 4 months of the rainy season, Paramananda Puri had stayed at Rishabh Hill during the 4 months of the rainy season, and when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this, he immediately went to see him. Puri Gosar Prabhu Koila Chanana Mandan Premi Puri Gosai Tare Koila Alingan. Upon meeting Paramananda Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered him all respects, touching his lotus feet, and Paramananda Puri embraced the Lord in ecstasy. Tindin Preme Dohe Krishna Kata Range Sevi Pragare Dohe Rahe Ek Sange. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed with Paramananda Puri in the Brahman's house where he was residing. The two of them passed 3 days there discussing topics of Krishna. Puri Gosai Bole Ami Jab Purushottame Purushottama Deki Gode Jab Ganga Snane. Paramananda Puri informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he was going to see Purushottama at Jagannath Puri. After seeing Lord Jagannath there, he will go to Bengal to bathe in the Ganges. Prabhu ko he tumi puna aisha nilachale ami setu banda hoile asiba alpakale. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told him, please return to Jagannath Puri, for I will return there very soon from Rameshwar, Setubanda. Tomara nilate rohe hena bansha hoy nilachale ashibe more hoya sadoi. It is my desire to stay with you, and therefore, if you would return to Jagannath Puri, you would show great mercy to me. Etaboli tara tai e agiloya dakine Shalila Prabhu Harashita Haya. After talking in this way with Paramananda Puri, the Lord took his permission to leave, very pleased. After talking in this way, Paramananda Puri, after talking in this way with Paramananda Puri, the Lord took his permission to leave, and very pleased departed for southern India. Paramananda Puri tabe chalila nilachale Mahaprabhu chali chali aila Sri Shaile. Thus Paramananda Puri started for Jagannath Puri, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began walking towards Sri Shaila. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur remarks, which Sri Shaila is being indicated by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is not clearly understood. There is no temple of Mallikarjuna in this area because the Sri Shaila located in the district of Dharwad cannot possibly be there. That Sri Shaila is on the southern side of Belgaum, and the Shiva temple of Mallikarjuna is located there. It is said that on that hill Lord Shiva lived with Devi. Also Lord Brahma lived there with all the demigods. Shiva Durga Rohetahan Brahmanera Beshe Mahaprabhu Deke Dohar Hoila Ulase. In Sri Shaila, Lord Shiva and his wife Durga lived in the dress of Brahmins, and when they saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they became very pleased. Tindin Bika Dila Kore Nimantran Nibrite Base Gupta Bharta Kohe Duijan. Lord Shiva, dressed like a Brahmin, gave alms to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and invited him to spend 3 days in a solitary place. Sitting there together, they talked very confidentially. Tarasange Mahaprabhu Kori Ishtagoshti Tara agya loya aila puri kamakoshti. After talking with Lord Shiva, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his permission to leave and went to Kamakoshti Puri. Dakina Mathura Aila Kamakoshti Hoite Tahandeka Hoila Ek Brahmana Sahite. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at southern Mathura from Kamakoshti, he met a Brahmin. Southern Mathura, presently known as Madurai, is situated on the banks of the Bagai River. This place of pilgrimage is specifically meant for the devotees of Lord Shiva, therefore it is called Shaiva Kshetra. That is, the place where Lord Shiva is worshipped. In this area, there are mountains and forests. There are also two Shiva temples, one known as Rameshwar and the other known as Sundareshwara. There is also a temple of Devi called the Meenakshi Devi Temple, which displays very great architectural craftsmanship. It was built under the supervision of the kings of the Pandya dynasty, and when the Muslims attacked this temple, as well as the temple of Sundareshwara, great damage was done. In the Christian year 1372, a king named Kamapana Udaijar reigned on the throne of Madurai. Long ago, Emperor Kulashekar ruled this area, and during his reign he established a colony of Brahmins. A well-known king named Anantagun Pandya is an 11th generation descendant of Emperor Kulashekar. Se Vipra Mahaprabhu ke Koila Nimantran Rama Bhakta Se Vipra Virakta Mahajan. The Brahmins who met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invited the Lord. The Brahmin who met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invited the Lord to his home. This Brahmin was a great devotee and an authority on Lord Sri Ramachandra. He was always detached from material activities. Kritamalaya Snanakori Aila Taragare Bikaki Divena Vipra Pakanahi Kore. After bathing in the river Kritamala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the Brahmin's house to take lunch, but he saw that the food was unprepared because the Brahmin had not cooked it. Mahaprabhu kohetare shuna mahashai madhyana hoila kene pakanahi hoy. Saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear sir, please tell me why you have not cooked. It is already noon." Viprako he Prabhu mora aranye vashati vakera samagribane na mili samprati. The Brahmin replied, "My dear Lord, we are living in the forest. For the time being, we cannot get all the ingredients for cooking. Banya shak falamula anibe bak anibe lakshman chanya shaka falamula anibe lakshman tabes sita koribena paka prayojan." When Lakshman brings all the vegetables, fruits, and roots from the forest, Sita will do the necessary cooking. Tara upasana shuni prabhu tushta hoila aste vyaste se vipra randana korila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied to hear about the Brahma's method of worship. Finally, the Brahmin hastily made arrangements for cooking. Prabhu bhikka koila diner tritiya prahare nirbina se vipra upavasa kore Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his lunch at about 3 o'clock, but the Brahman, being very sorrowful, fasted. Prabhu kohe vipra kohe kora upavas kene eta dukkha kene koraha hutas. While the Brahman was fasting, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "Why are you fasting? Why are you so unhappy? Why are you so worried?" Viprako he jnane mora nahi prayojan agni jale praveshya chariba jivan. The Brahman replied, "I have no reason to live. I shall give up my life by entering either fire or water. Jaganmata Mahalakmi Shita Takorani Rakashe Sparshila Tare Iha Kaner Shuni." My dear sir, Mother Sita is the mother of the universe and the supreme goddess of fortune. She has been touched by the demon Ravana, and I am troubled upon hearing this news. E Shadera Daribare Kabuna Jujai E Duhe Jwale Deho Prana Nahijai. Sir, due to my unhappiness, I cannot continue living. Although my body is burning, my life is not leaving. Prabhu kohe e bhavana na koriya ar pandita hoya kene na koraha bichar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Please do not talk this way any longer. You are a learned pandit. Why don't you consider the case? Ishvara prayasi sita chidananda murti prakrita indriyer tare dekite nahi shakti." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, "Sita Devi, the dearmost wife of the Supreme Lord Ramachandra, certainly has a spiritual form full of bliss. No one can see her with material eyes, for no materialist has such power. Sparshibara karya achuk na pai darshan sitara krite maya horila ravan." To say nothing of touching Mother Sita, a person with material senses cannot even see her. When Ravana kidnapped her, he kidnapped only her material illusory form. Ravana asite sita antardana koila Ravanera age maya sita pataila. As soon as Ravana arrived before Sita, she disappeared. Then, just to cheat Ravana, she sent an illusory material form. Aprakrita vastu nahi prakrita gochar beda puranete e kohe nirantar. Spiritual substance is never within the jurisdiction of the material conception. This is always the verdict of the Vedas and the Puranas. As stated in the Katha Upanishad, the Sandrishe Tishtati Rupamasya na Chakusha Pashyati Kaschan Nainam Rida Manisha Manasa Biklipto Na Etad Vidur Amritas Te Bhavanti Naivavachanam Manasa Praptum Shakyo Na Chakshusha Spirit is not within the jurisdiction of material eyes, words, or mind. So you can't understand what is spirit with mundane eyes, words, or mind. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam states, Yashatma Buni, Yashatma Buddhi Kunape Tridaduke, Swadi Kalatradishu Boma Idyadi, Yatirta Buddhi Salilena Karhichids, Ganeshwa Bhyageshu Saeva Gokara. A human being who identifies his body made of three elements with his self, who considers the byproduct of his body to be kinsmen, who considers the land of his birth worshipable, and who goes to a place of pilgrimage simply to take a bath rather than to meet men of transcendental knowledge. Rather to meet men of transcendental knowledge, there is to be considered like an ass or a cow. These are some Vedic statements about spiritual substance. Spiritual substance cannot be seen by the unintelligent because they do not have the eyes or the mentality to see the spirit soul. Consequently, they think that there is no such thing as spirit. But the followers of the Vedic injunctions take their information from Vedic statements, such as the verses from the Katha Upanishad and Srimad Bhagavatam quoted above. Can you close the door there?
Yes.
Vishvas koraha tumi amaravachane punarape kubhavana nakoriyamane. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then assured the Brahmin, have faith in my words and do not burden your mind any longer with this misconception. This is the process of spiritual understanding. Achintya kalu jay bhava na tams tarkena yojayet. We should not try to understand things beyond our material conception by argument and counter-argument. Mahajano yena gata sapanta. We have to follow the footsteps of great authorities coming down in the parampara system. If we approach a bona fide acharya and keep faith in his words, spiritual realization will be easy. Prabhuravachane viprer hoila vishwas bojana korila hoila jivanera ash. Although the Brahmin was fasting, he had faith in the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and accepted food. In this way, his life was saved. Tare ashvasiya Prabhu korila gaman kritam Malaya snana kori ila durbasan. After thus assuring the Brahmin, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded further into southern India and finally arrived at Durvashasan, where he bathed in the river Kritamala. Presently, the Kritamala river is known as the river Bagai or Baigai. This river has three tributaries named Saroli, Varahanadi, and Batilagundu. The river Kritamala is also mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the sage Karabhajana. Durvasane Rangunate Koila Darshan Mahendra Shaile Parshuramer Koila Bandhan. At Durvasana, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Lord Ramachandra, and on the hill known as Mahendra Shaila, he saw Lord Parsuram. In Durvasana, or Darbashayana, now known as Tirupalani, which is 7 miles east of Ramnad, there is a temple of Lord Ramachandra. The hill known as Mahendra Shaila is near Tirumelveli. Tirumelveli, and at the end of the hill is a city known as Tiruchendur. West of Mahendra Shaila is the territory of Tribankur. There is mention of Mahendra Shaila in the Ramayana. Setubande Asi Koila Danush Tirte Snan Rameshwara Deki Tahan Korila Vishram. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went to Setubanda, Rameshwar, where he took his bath at the place called Danustirtha. From there he visited the Rameshwara temple and then took rest. The path from Mandapam through this ocean to the island known as Pamban consists partly of sand and partly of water. The island of Pamban is almost 17 miles long and 6 miles wide. On this island, 4 miles north of Pamban harbor, is Setubanda, where the temple of Rameshwara is located. This is a temple of Lord Shiva, and the name Rameshwara indicates that he is a great personality whose worshipable deity is Lord Rama. Lord Shiva is worshipping Lord Rama. Thus, the Lord Shiva found in the temple of Rameshwar is a great devotee of Lord Ramachandra. It is said, Devi Patanam Arabhya Gacheyu Setu Bandhanam. After visiting the temple of the goddess Durga, one should go to the temple of Rameshwara. In this area, there are 24 different holy places, one of which is Danustirtha, located about 12 miles southeast of Rameshwar. It is near the last station of the South India Railway, a station known as Ramnad. It is said that here, on the request of Ravana's younger brother, Vibhishan, Lord Ramachandra destroyed the bridge to Lanka with his bow while returning to his capital. It is also said that one who visits Danustirtha is liberated from the cycle of birth and death, and thus one who bathes there gets all the fruitive results of performing the yagya known as Agnishtama. Vipras Savai Shune Taha Kurma Puran Tara Madhya Aila Pativrata Upashakyan. There, among the Brahmins, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu listened to the Kurma Puran, wherein is mentioned the chaste woman's narration. Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur remarks that only 2 khandas of the Kurma Purana are now available, namely the Purva Khandan and the Uttara Khandan. Sometimes it is said that the Kurma Purana contains 6,000 verses, but according to the Srimad Bhagavatam, the original, the Kurma Purana contains 17,000 verses. It is considered the 15th of the 18 Mahapuranas. Pativrata Shiromani Chanaka Nandini Jagannatha Mata Sita Ramera Grihini. Srimati Sita Devi is the mother of the 3 worlds and the wife of Lord Ramachandra. Among chaste women, she is supreme, and she is the daughter of King Janaka. Ravana Dekiya Sita, Loila Agnir Sharan, Ravana Hoite Agni, Koilas Sita Ke Avaran. When Ravana came to kidnap Mother Sita and she saw him, she took shelter of the fire god Agni. Thus the fire god covered the body of Mother Sita, and in this way she was protected from the hands of Ravana. Maya Sita Ravana Nila Shunila Akyane Shuni Mahaprabhu Hoila Anandita Mane. Upon hearing from the Kurma Purana how Ravana had kidnapped a false form of Mother Sita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very satisfied. So actually, Ravana was kidnapped Maya Sita, a false, illusory form of Sita. Sita was taken by Agni to his own ashram, and she was protected there. So Ravana never really touched her. Upon hearing from the Kurma Purana how Ravana had kidnapped a false form of Mother Sita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very satisfied. Sita Loya Raki Lena Parvati Rastane Maya Sita Diya Agni Banshila Ravane. The fire god Agni took away the real Sita and brought her to the place of Parvati, goddess Durga. An illusory form of Mother Sita was then delivered to Ravana, and in this way Ravana was cheated. Raghunatha Ase Jabe Ravane Marila Agni Parika Dite Jabe Sitare Anila. After Ravana was killed by Lord Ramachandra, Sita Devi was brought before the fire and tested. Tabe Maya Sita Agni Kori Antardan Satya Sita Anidila Rama Vidyaman. When the illusory Sita was brought before the fire by Lord Ramachandra, the fire god made the illusory form disappear and delivered the real Sita to Lord Ramachandra. Shunya Prabhura Anandita Hoilaman Ramadasa Viprer Kata Hoila Smaran. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this story, he was very pleased, and he remembered the words of Ramadas Vipra. Esab Siddhanta Shuni Prabhur Ananda Hoila Ramanera Stane Magi Se Patra Nila. Indeed, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these conclusive statements from the Kurma Purana, he felt great happiness. After asking the Brahman's permission, he took possession of the manuscript leaves of the Kurma Purana. Nutana Patra Lekaya Pushtake Deojala Pratite Lagi Puratana Patra Magi Nila. Since the Kurma Purana was very old, the manuscript was also very old. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took possession of the original leaves in order to have direct evidence. The text was copied onto new leaves in order that the Purana be replaced. So Mahaprabhu took the manuscripts of the Kurma Purana. The manuscript was written on leaves. So Mahaprabhu was able to take part of the Purana and then copy onto leaves the part that he was taking, so that the Purana would remain complete. Nutana patra lekaya pushtake daojaila pratiti lage puratana patramage nila. Since the Karma Purana was very old, the manuscript was also very old. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took possession of the original leaves in order to have direct evidence. The text was copied onto new leaves in order that the Purana be replaced. Patraloya puna dakina matura aila Ramadas viprese patra ani dila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then returned to southern Mathura, Madurai, and delivered the original manuscript of the Karma Purana to Ramadas Vipra. Sita ya radito vanis chaya sitam ajijanat tam jahara dasha griva shitavani puram gata parika samaye vanim chaya sita viveshasa vani sitam samaniyam nat tat purastad aninayat. When he was petitioned by Mother Sita, the fire god Agni brought forth an illusory form of Sita and Ravana, who had 10 heads, kidnapped the false Sita. The original Sita then went to the abode of the fire god. When Lord Ramachandra tested the body of Sita, it was the false illusory Sita that entered the fire. At that time, the fire god brought the original Sita from his abode and delivered her to Lord Ramachandra. So the Maya Sita that was presented to Ravana was later changed for the real, by Agni had Sita, and he presented her to Lord Ramachandra. Patra bhaya viprer hoila ananditaman prabhura charane dori koraye krandan. Ramadas Vipra was very pleased to receive the original leaf manuscript of the Karma Puranas, and he immediately fell down before the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to cry. Viprako he tumi sakat Sri Raghunandana. Viprako he tumi sakat Sri Raghunandan. Sanyasira Beshe More Dila Darashan. After receiving the manuscript, the Brahman, being very pleased, said, "Sir, you are Lord Ramachandra himself, and have come in the dress of a sannyasi to give me audience, to give me your darshan." Mahaduka hoite more korila nishtar aji mora gare bika kora angikar. My dear sir, you have delivered me from a very unhappy condition. I request that you take your lunch at my place. Please accept this invitation. Manoduke balo bika nadila sedine morabagye punarape pailun darshane. Due to my mental distress, I could not give you a very nice lunch the other day. Now, by good fortune, you have come again to my home. Etaboli se vipra suke paka koila utama prakare prabhu ke bika koraila. Saying this, the Brahman very happily cooked food, and a first-class dinner was offered to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Se ratri tahan rohi, tare kripa kori, pandya deshe, tamra parnik, gila gorahari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed that night in the house of the Brahmin. Then after showing him mercy, the Lord started toward the Tamraparni river in Pandyadesh. Pandyadesh is situated in the southern part of India, known as Kerala and Kola. In all these areas, there were many kings with the title Pandya, who ruled over Madurai and Rameshwar. In the Ramayana, the Tamraparni river is mentioned. The Tamraparni, also known as the Purunai, flows through Tirunelveli before entering the Bay of Bengal. The Tamraparni river is also mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Tamraparni snanakori, Tamraparni tire, Naya Tripati, Deki Bulekuta Hole. There were 9 temples of Lord Vishnu at Naya Tripati on the bank of the river Tamraparni. And after bathing in the river, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the deities with great curiosity and wandered on. The 9 Vishnu temples known as Naya Tripati, Navatirupati, are situated in and around Alvar Tirunagarai. This is a town almost 17 miles southeast of Tirunelveli. All the deities of the temples assemble together during a yearly festival in the town. Chiyadatala Tirte Deki Sri Rama Lakman Tibikanshi Ashi Koila Shiva Darashan. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to a holy place known as Chiyadatala, where he saw the deities of the 2 brothers, Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman. And he then proceeded to Tila Kanchi, where he saw the temple of Lord Shiva. Chiyadatala is sometimes known as Cheratala. It is near the city of Kala. And there is a temple there dedicated to Lord Ramachandra and his brother Lakshman. Tilakanchi, Dwarakashi, is about 30 miles northeast of the city of Tirunelveli. Gajendra Mokana Tirte Deki Vishnu Murti Pana Gade Tirte Ashe Dekila Shitapati. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then visited the holy place named Gajendra Mokana, where he went to a temple of Lord Vishnu, he then came to Panagadi, a holy place where he saw the deities of Lord Ramachandra and Sita. The Gajendra Mokana temple was sometimes mistaken for a temple of Lord Shiva. It is about 2 miles south of the city of Kaivara, or Nagarcholi. Actually, the deity is not of Lord Shiva, but of Vishnu. Panagadi Panakudi is about 30 miles south of Tirunelveli. Formerly, the temple there contained the deity of Sri Ramachandra, but Later, the devotees of Lord Shiva replaced Lord Ramachandra with the deity of Lord Shiva named Rameshwar or Ramalinga Shiva. Chamatpure Ashideki Sri Rama Lakman Sri Vaikunte Ashe Koila Vishnu Darshan. When the Lord went to Chamatpur, there he saw the deities of Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman. He then went to the Vaikunta. He then went to Sri Vaikunta and saw the temple of Lord Vishnu there. Chamatpur, sometimes called Chenganpur, Chenganmore, is located in the state of Kerala. The temple of Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman is located there. Sri Vaikunta, about 4 miles north of Alvar, Tirunagarnai, and 16 miles southeast of Tirunelveli, is situated on the bank of the Tamraparni River. Malaya Parvate Koila Agastya Vandan Kanyakumari Tahan Koila Darshan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then went to Malay Parvat and offered prayers to Agastya Muni. He then visited Kanyakumari, Cape Comorin. The range of mountains in South India beginning at Kerala and extending to Cape Comorin is called Malaya Parvat. Concerning Agastya, there are 4 opinions. 1, there is a temple of Agastya Muni in the village of Agastyampali in the district of Tanjore. 2, there is a temple of Lord Skanda on a hill known as Shivagiri, and the temple is said to have been established by Agastya Muni. 3, some say that the hill near Cape Comorin, known as Pandya, served as Agastya Muni's residence. 4, there is a place known as Agastya Malaya, which is a range of hills on both sides of the Tamraparni River. Cape Comorin itself is also known as Kanyakumari. Amlitalai Deki Sri Ramagorahari Malara Deshate Aila Jata Bhattahari. After visiting Kanyakumari, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Amlitala, where he saw the deity of Sri Ramachandra. Thereafter, he went to a place known as Malaradesh, where a community of Bhattataris lived. North of Malaradesh is South Kumara. To the east are Korg and Mysore. To the south is Cochin, and to the west is the Arabian Sage. As far as the Bhattataris are concerned, they are a nomadic community. They camp wherever they like and have no fixed place of residence. Outwardly, they take up the dress of sannyasis, but their real business is stealing and cheating. They allure others to supply women for their camp, and they cheat many women and keep them within their community. In this way, they increase their population. In Bengal, there also is a similar community. Actually, all over the world, there are nomadic communities where business is simply to allure, cheat, and steal innocent women. Tamala Kartika Deki Aila Vetapani Raghunatha Deki Tahan Banshila Rajani. After visiting Malarde, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Tamala Kartika and then to Vetapani. There he saw the temple of Raghunath, Lord Ramachandra, and passed the night. Tamala Kartika is 40 miles north of Tamala Kartika is 44 miles south of Tirunelveli and 2 miles south of Aramavali Mountains. It is located within the jurisdiction of Tovalai. At Tamala Kartika is a temple of Sambramanya, or Lord Kartika, the son of Lord Shiva. Vetapani, or Vatapani, is north of Kaila in the Tamil Nadu state. It is also known as Vitapandi and is within the jurisdiction of the Tobala district. It is understood that it is understood that formerly there was the deity of Lord Ramachandra. Later, the deity was replaced with a deity of Lord Shiva known as Rameshwar or Bhutanath. Gosaira Sange Rohe, Krishnadas Brahmana, Bhatat Hari Sahatahan, Hoiladarshan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was accompanied by his servant Krishnadas. He was a Brahmin, but he met with the Bhattataris. There. Mahaprabhu's servant Krishnadas. He is a Brahmin, but he met with the Bhattataris there. Sridhana Dekaya Tara Loba Janmaila Arya Sharala Viprer Buddhi Nashakoila. With women, the Bhattataris allured the Brahman Krishnadas, who was simple and gentle. By virtue of their bad association, they polluted his intelligence. They polluted the intelligence of the servant of Mahaprabhu, Krishnadas. Prate uti aila vipra bhattatari gare tahara udeshe prabhu aila satbare. Allured by the Bhattataris, Krishnadas went to their place early in the morning. The Lord also went there very quickly just to find him. Asiya kohen sab Bhattatari gane Amara Brahmana Tumi Rata Ki Karane Asiya Kohen Sab Bhattatari Gane Amara Brahmana Tumi Rata Ki Karane. Upon reaching their community, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the Bhattataris, "Why are you keeping my Brahman assistant? Amiya Sannyasi Deka, Tumiya Sannyasi, Moraduka, Deho Tomara Nyaya, Nahibasi. I am in the renounced order of life, and so are you. Yet you are purposely giving me pain, and I do not see any good logic in this." Shunisa Bharatari Ute Astraloya Marivare Aila Sabe Chari Dike Dana. Upon hearing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the Bhattataris came, running from all sides with weapons in their hands, desiring to hurt the Lord. Tara astra tara ange pare hata hoite kandan kanda hoila bharatari palaya chari bite. However, their weapons fell from their hands and struck their own bodies. When some of the Bhattataris were thus cut to pieces, the others ran away in the four directions. Bhattatare gare maha utila krandan keshidare vipreloya korila gaman. While there was much roaring and crying at the Bhattatari community, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu grabbed Krishnadas by the hair and took him away. Sedin Shaliaila Payas Vinitere Snana Kore Gela Adi Keshava Mandire. That very night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sedasha Chaliaila Payasvini Tire Snana Korigela Adi Keshava Mandire. So, Bhattatare Gare Maha Utila Krandan Keshadori Vipreloya Korilagaman Sedina Chaliaila Payasvini Tire Snana Korigela Adi Keshava Mandire. While there was much roaring and crying at the Bhattatari community, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu grabbed Krishnadas by the hair and took him away. That very night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his assistant Krishnadas arrived at the bank of the Payasvini river. They took their bath and then went to the temple of Adi Keshava. Keshava Dekiya Preme Abhishta Hoila Nate Stute Nritya Gita Bahuta Koriya. When the Lord saw the Adi Keshava temple, he was immediately overwhelmed with ecstasy. Offering various obeisances and prayers, he chanted and danced. So I'm going to continue tomorrow from this point. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Garadhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhaktivedanta Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhakta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Jao ete vignana shabishta puran. Echai gosai jarmui taradas. Dasaba pada renu mora panchagras. Kader charana sebi bhakta sanibas. Janame janame more abilas. Echai gosai jabe braje koilabas. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Kori La Prakash. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Madhya-lila. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamudas. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Dandarvika Giridhariju Ki Jai. Tadiya Sri Krishna Janmastami Ki Jai. The Divine Appearance Day of Sri Krishna. Gaur Premanande Hari. Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Srila Bhakti Tilak Nirya Maharaj ki jai, Jayam Vishnupad, Srila Bhakti Nirmawachari Maharaj ki jai, Jayam Vishnupad, Paramansa Paravajakacharya, Ashtatara Sadashi Shrimad, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jayam Vishnupad, Paramansa Paravajakacharya, Ashtatara Sadashi Shrimad, Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur ki jai, Jayam Vishnupad, Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj ki jai, Jayam Vishnupad, Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivedanta Thakur ki jai, Jayam Vishnupad, Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai, Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Sadguru Swami Prabhu ki jai, Prem Se Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vishvavaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki jai, Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju ki jai, Shri Purushottam Madam ki jai, Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju ki jai, Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nrsingadev ki jai, Bhakta Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Bhakti Kusham Ashram Maharaj ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.